Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something that's often overlooked in this world. Toxic people, they're everywhere. You can find them at work, in your social circles, even within your own family. They're the ones who criticize, belittle, and drag you down. But here's the truth. They only have power over you if you give it to them. Now, I want you to understand something very important. Smart people, they don't engage in the toxicity. They don't waste time trying to change people who don't want to change. They understand that negativity is a distraction. They know that their energy, their time, and their emotions are too valuable to squander, and so they simply don't engage. Let me ask you this. Have you ever noticed how some people can be so negative, so bitter, and yet it never seems to affect them? That's because smart people know how to not take it personally. When a toxic person criticizes you or belittles you, they're not talking about you. They're talking about their own insecurities. When someone tries to bring you down, it's usually because they're already down themselves. And guess what? You're doing something right if they're talking about you. Let that be a signal. But here's the kicker, don't let them steal your energy. Let me tell you something about emotional control. This is the part where you really have to learn to master yourself. Toxic people, they will try to pull you into their drama. They want to make you angry, frustrated, or upset. But guess what? They only win if you let them. If you get angry, if you get upset, you're handing over your power, your emotions. They're yours. No one can make you feel anything unless you allow them to. When they throw mud your way, you don't need to stop and throw mud back. You just keep walking, you stay focused, calm, and keep moving forward. That's where your power lies. You see, smart people also know the value of setting boundaries. There's a great saying that goes, you teach people how to treat you. And you do that by setting clear, firm boundaries. If someone is draining your energy, disrespecting you, or holding you back, you have the right to say no. It's not about being rude, it's about protecting your peace and your progress. When you set boundaries, you create a space where your goals can thrive, where your dreams have room to grow. And you know what? Your goals should be your focus. There's no time to argue with those who want to see you fail. There's no time to engage with negativity. Your time is too valuable. There's something incredible about having a vision, about having dreams that pull you forward. And when you're driven by that vision, nothing can knock you off, of course not even toxic people. You see, the key to success is simple. Keep moving forward. Keep your eyes on the prize. Stay focused on what truly matters. Now, here's one last thing. You need to surround yourself with the right people. Let me tell you, you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Take a good look at your circle. Are they helping you grow? Are they challenging you to be better? Or are they dragging you down? If you want to rise above toxicity, you need to build a network of positive, supportive people who lift you up. These are the people who will help you reach your full potential. And if someone in your life isn't doing that, don't hesitate to distance yourself. Lastly, here's something I want you to remember. Gratitude is a powerful tool. It's easy to focus on what's wrong, on the negativity that's around you. But smart people know that gratitude changes everything. When you focus on what you're grateful for, your entire perspective shifts. You move from scarcity to abundance. You stop worrying about what others are doing or saying, and you focus on your own growth and your own success. And one more thing, forgiveness. Let me tell you, forgiveness isn't about excusing bad behavior. It's about freeing yourself from the chains of bitterness and anger. When you forgive, you're not doing it for them, you're doing it for you. It's a gift you give yourself so you can move forward. So here's my challenge to you today. Don't let toxic people control your life. Don't let their negativity dictate your happiness, your goals, or your future. Learn to rise above it. Keep your eyes on your dreams, protect your energy, set your boundaries, and surround yourself with people who lift you up. The world is full of opportunities, and you have everything it takes to succeed. Let's go out there and make it happen. Toxic people are a reality that we all must face at some point in our lives. They exist everywhere at work, in social circles, even in our families. They're the ones who criticize, belittle, undermine, and drain your energy. They may have an agenda to make you feel inferior, or maybe they're just miserable with their own lives and need to drag others down to feel better about themselves. The important thing to realize is this: no one has the power to make you feel less than unless you allow them to. The key is not to engage with toxicity. Smart people understand this. They know that engaging with toxic individuals is not only a waste of time, it's a waste of emotional energy. You cannot change people who are unwilling to change, and trying to do so will only exhaust you. The more you try to argue to convince them of your worth or to prove them wrong, the more you're allowing them to control your emotional state. That's what they want. They want to provoke you to get you to react because it gives them a sense of power over you. But you don't have to give them that power. It's crucial to understand that toxic behavior says more about the person who is behaving this way than it does about you. When someone criticizes you without cause, when they belittle your achievements or try to tear you down, it's because of their own issues. Often toxic people are deeply insecure. They lack self-worth and are bitter about their own lives. Rather than face their own shortcomings, they project their unhappiness onto others. If you find yourself a target of this behavior, it's not about you, it's about them. Their criticism reflects their internal struggles, their inability to cope with their own flaws and failures. So when you encounter toxic individuals, remember this simple truth: it's not personal. Don't internalize their words or their actions. Their negativity is a reflection of their own battles, not a reflection of your worth or your success. If they're talking about you, if they're criticizing you or trying to tear you down, that's often a sign that you're doing something right. It means you're moving forward, achieving something, and making progress. People who are stuck in their own negativity are often the first to point out flaws in others, but that doesn't have to affect you. What smart people do in these situations is step back. They don't engage. They don't allow themselves to be pulled into drama. They recognize that there's no need to prove themselves to someone who isn't willing to listen or understand. They know that their time and energy are better spent elsewhere. They focus on their own journey, on their own goals, and don't let toxic people divert them from their path. When you're constantly trying to convince someone who isn't willing to listen, all you're doing is distracting yourself from your own success. Instead of reacting emotionally, the key is to stay calm and detached. Understand that toxic people want a reaction from you. They want to get under your skin. But when you remain unshaken, when you don't give them that satisfaction, you take away their power, you keep your peace, you keep your focus, and that's where the real strength lies. Remember, smart people know that their energy is far too precious to waste on people who don't deserve it. They reserve their emotional energy for the things that truly matter: their goals, their dreams, their family, and their personal growth. They understand that negativity is a distraction and that engaging with it only sets them back. So the next time you encounter someone toxic, remember, you don't have to engage. Don't take it personally. Keep moving forward, because that's where the true power lies. Emotional control is one of the most powerful tools you can develop in life, and it's something that toxic people will try to take from you if you let them. Toxic individuals thrive on stirring up negative emotions. They want to make you angry, frustrated, or upset because for them it gives them a sense of power over you. But here's the truth: no one can make you feel anything unless you allow them to. Your emotions are yours, and how you respond to the world around you is entirely within your control. The moment you give someone else the power to manipulate your feelings, you've handed over the keys to your own peace and progress. Toxic people will push your buttons. They'll say things meant to provoke you, to get you to react. They might criticize you, mock your efforts, or do anything they can to trigger an emotional response. But the key to maintaining control over your emotions is to not give them what they want. When someone behaves in a toxic manner, it's easy to get caught up in their negativity. It's natural to want to defend yourself, to argue back, or to prove that they're wrong. But here's the lesson you need to learn: when you react emotionally, you lose. The true strength comes when you can remain calm, collected, and focused regardless of how toxic the situation is. Picture this. Imagine you're walking down the street and someone starts throwing mud at you. You have two choices. You can stop, bend down, and throw mud back at them, or you can keep walking knowing that the mud isn't going to stick to you. When someone tries to provoke you emotionally, it's the same thing. You can either stop and react, letting their negativity derail you, or you can choose to stay focused, unaffected by the mud being thrown at you, and keep walking toward your destination. Smart people know that reacting to toxic individuals doesn't serve them. They understand that getting caught up in petty drama is a distraction, and it's a distraction that keeps them from what truly matters in life, their dreams, their goals, and their happiness. You see, your emotional energy is like a currency. It's limited. Every time you allow someone to drain your emotions by getting angry or upset, you're spending that energy on something that doesn't help you grow. And every time you stay calm, stay focused, and don't let negativity affect you, you're conserving that energy for the things that actually move you forward. When you have control over your emotions, you create a space for clarity. You can think clearly, make decisions based on what's best for you, and keep your eyes on the prize. Emotional control gives you the ability to stay grounded and composed in the face of adversity. It's about not letting external circumstances determine your internal state. You get to decide how you feel, no one else does. When you learn to master this, you no longer let toxic people have a hold on you. Instead of being reactive, you become proactive. You control your emotional responses, and in doing so, you maintain your peace and stay aligned with your purpose. This doesn't mean you won't feel anger or frustration in the face of toxic behavior, but it means you recognize those feelings for what they are, temporary and controllable. You acknowledge them, but you don't let them control you. You don't let them dictate your actions or derail your progress. When you master emotional control, you take back your power, and that power is what will propel you forward towards success. So the next time someone tries to provoke you, remember, stay calm, stay focused, and keep moving forward. You don't need to react. You are in control, and that is where your true power lies. Boundaries are an essential element of maintaining emotional and mental health, especially when dealing with toxic individuals. Boundaries are not just some optional luxury or a nice-to-have tool. They are a necessity. Without them, you risk becoming emotionally drained, overwhelmed, and ultimately losing sight of your own goals and happiness. Toxic people by nature will test your boundaries. They will push, prod, and attempt to cross lines that should never be crossed. They may try to manipulate, guilt trip, or belittle you into giving in to their demands. But this is where you must stand firm. Establishing and maintaining strong boundaries is one of the most empowering things you can do for yourself. The key to boundaries is understanding that they are a way of protecting your time, your energy, and your peace of mind. When you don't set boundaries with toxic people, you open the door for them to drain you, to steal your focus, and to divert your energy from the things that truly matter to you. Boundaries aren't just about saying no to others. They're about saying yes to yourself, your dreams, and your values. It's about protecting your well-being and ensuring that you have the emotional and mental space to pursue your goals. A big part of setting boundaries is recognizing that it's okay to say no. You don't owe anyone an explanation for taking care of yourself. You don't have to tolerate disrespect, manipulation, or toxic behavior just because you're afraid of upsetting someone. Toxic people thrive on weakness. They thrive on your fear of confrontation or your need to be liked. But strong, successful people understand that saying no to the wrong things is saying yes to the right ones. It's not about being rude, it's about being clear and firm in your intentions. When you begin to set boundaries, you'll find that your life starts to shift in profound ways. You may have to walk away from certain relationships or limit your time with people who bring negativity into your life. You may have to distance yourself from family members, friends, or coworkers who drain you or who don't respect your boundaries. And while this can feel uncomfortable at first, it's necessary for your personal growth. You cannot move forward in life if you're constantly surrounded by people who are holding you back or weighing you down. Setting boundaries also means that you stop apologizing for prioritizing your own peace and success. The truth is, you don't need anyone's permission to protect your time and energy. You have the right to create a space in your life where negativity has no place. This doesn't mean that you have to shut people out or cut them off completely. But it does mean that you don't allow people to take advantage of you, to disrespect your time, or to engage in behavior that disrupts your mental and emotional health. It means you stand up for yourself and you make it clear that your personal boundaries are non-negotiable. The most successful and resilient people in the world have one thing in common: they know where to draw the line. They know how to protect their space, their time, and their energy. They don't allow toxic people to dictate their mood or their focus. They know when to walk away, and they don't feel guilty about it. In fact, they see it as an essential part of their success. If you want to achieve greatness, you must be willing to set boundaries, to say no when necessary, and to ensure that you're surrounding yourself with people who respect and support you. Remember, boundaries are a way of protecting what's most important: your peace, your goals, and your sense of self. Without them, you risk losing your sense of direction and your ability to focus on the things that really matter. So take a stand toe to set those boundaries, protect your space, and give yourself permission to prioritize your own well-being. You deserve it, and your future success depends on it. When it comes to achieving success and personal growth, one of the most powerful lessons you can learn is to stay focused on your goals, no matter how much negativity surrounds you. Toxic people are experts at creating distractions. They want to throw you off course, make you doubt yourself, and derail you from the path you've chosen for your life. But here's the thing: staying focused on your goals is one of the greatest acts of self-discipline you can practice. It's the ability to keep your eyes on the prize, to remain committed to your vision, and to not let the noise of the world or the toxicity of others take you off track. The world is full of distractions. Every day there's something pulling at your attention, trying to grab a piece of your energy. Whether it's a toxic coworker, a family member who doesn't understand your ambitions, or a friend who doesn't support your dreams, the forces that want to distract you are always lurking. The question is, will you let them? Smart people don't. They know that their time and energy are too valuable to be spent on distractions. They understand that every moment spent engaged in negativity, every moment spent arguing with someone who wants to see them fail, is a moment they can't get back. It's time and energy they'll never be able to invest in their dreams, their growth, or their goals. When you let toxic people or situations distract you, you're not just losing a battle with them, you're losing a battle with yourself. Every time you engage in a negative situation or get pulled into drama, you're taking away from the energy and focus you need to move toward your own success. Your goals, your dreams, they deserve your full attention. The only way to make progress is to keep moving forward, to stay laser focused on your purpose, and to let go of anything that doesn't serve that purpose. Staying focused means refusing to let toxic people's opinions or actions define your path. It means not giving them the satisfaction of knowing that they've distracted you, made you angry, or pulled you into their chaos. It's about recognizing that your time is too precious to spend in environments or relationships that drain you. You've got big dreams that require your full commitment and unwavering focus. Don't let anyone, especially toxic individuals, take that away from you. The most successful people in the world are those who have developed the ability to stay focused. They have their eyes on the prize, and they know that everything they do should move them closer to that prize. They don't waste time arguing with people who don't believe in them. They don't waste time on things that aren't aligned with their purpose. Instead, they keep their attention on their goals, their vision, and their dreams. They're not distracted by temporary setbacks, and they don't let negativity cloud their vision. They keep going no matter what. To stay focused, you must learn to block out the distractions. This means knowing when to walk away from toxic people and situations. It means saying no to things that don't align with your values or your ambitions. It means prioritizing your energy for the things that will propel you forward. Every successful person has had to make sacrifices along the way. They've had to let go of relationships, environments, or habits that no longer serve them. But they did it because they knew that staying focused on their goals was far more important than staying stuck in a situation that wasn't helping them grow. The ability to stay focused on your goals is what will carry you through the challenges, the obstacles, and the distractions that will inevitably come your way. It's what will keep you moving forward when others try to pull you back. So the next time someone tries to drag you into their negativity, remember this: you have a choice. You can either engage with their toxic behavior, or you can stay focused on your goals. You can either let them derail you, or you can keep your eyes on the prize and continue to move forward toward your success. The decision is yours, and it's one that will determine whether you rise above the noise and achieve what you've set out to accomplish. Keep moving forward, stay focused, and never let anything or anyone take your attention away from your dreams. The people you surround yourself with have a profound impact on your success and personal growth. It's a simple but powerful truth. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. If you want to rise above the toxicity around you and elevate your life, you must be intentional about the people you allow into your inner circle. Toxic individuals have a way of dragging you down, of making you question your abilities and dreams. But positive, supportive people, they do the opposite. They lift you up, challenge you to be better, and encourage you to keep going, even when things get tough. If you want to succeed, you need to be surrounded by those who inspire you, those who motivate you, and those who believe in your potential. Building a strong support network isn't just about finding people who agree with you or make you feel comfortable. It's about finding people who challenge you to grow, who push you beyond your comfort zone, and who are genuinely interested in seeing you succeed. These are the people who hold you accountable to your goals, who encourage you to keep going when you feel like giving up, and who help you stay grounded when things start to get chaotic. They're not afraid to tell you the truth even when it's hard to hear, because they care about your long-term success. When you surround yourself with people who inspire and support you, you create an environment where growth becomes not just possible, but inevitable. You start to think bigger, aim higher, and push yourself harder because you know that the people around you are doing the same. There's a certain energy that comes from being around people who are passionate, driven, and focused on their own goals. That energy is contagious, and it fuels your own ambition. When you spend time with people who are positive, resilient, and optimistic, you begin to adopt those same traits. Their mindset becomes your mindset. Their success becomes your inspiration. On the flip side, when you spend too much time around toxic people, those who are negative, cynical, and dismissive of your dreams, you begin to adopt their mindset as well. You start to doubt yourself, to question your abilities, and to become consumed by the same negativity that surrounds you. Toxic people don't want to see you succeed because they're too focused on their own bitterness and insecurities. They will criticize you, discourage you, and try to hold you back. But if you allow their negativity to take root in your mind, you risk losing sight of your goals and getting stuck in their toxic web. That's why it's so important to be intentional about who you allow into your life. Look at the people around you. Are they helping you grow? Are they encouraging you to be your best self? Or are they dragging you down, making you question your worth and potential? If you find that the people you're spending the most time with are not lifting you up, it may be time to make some changes. You don't have to cut them off completely, but you do need to set boundaries and prioritize your own well-being. You have the right to protect your energy and to choose the people who contribute positively to your life. Start seeking out people who share your values, your passions, and your drive for success. Look for mentors, colleagues, friends, and family members who inspire you, who push you to be better, and who genuinely care about your growth. These are the people who will walk beside you on your journey, offering guidance, support, and encouragement when you need it most. And when you're tempted to listen to the toxic voices around you, remember that the most important voices are the ones that come from people who believe in you and want to see you succeed. By surrounding yourself with positive, supportive people, you not only improve your chances of success, you also create a network that will help you navigate the challenges and obstacles that inevitably arise. These people will remind you of your worth when you start to doubt yourself, and they'll be there to celebrate your victories with you when you achieve your goals. They'll challenge you to grow, help you overcome setbacks, and inspire you to keep moving forward no matter how tough things get. In the end, the company you keep is one of the most important decisions you'll make in life. Make it a priority to surround yourself with those who lift you up, and watch how your life transforms as a result. As you move forward in life, remember this: you have the power to shape your own journey. The challenges, the toxic people, the negativity, you have the ability to rise above it all. The key is to stay focused on your goals, set clear boundaries, protect your emotional energy, and surround yourself with those who believe in your potential. You don't need to prove yourself to anyone who wants to see you fail. Instead, invest your time, your energy, and your focus into what truly matters: your dreams, your growth, and your success. The road ahead may not always be easy, but the strength to persevere comes from knowing that you have the power to control your path. Surround yourself with positivity, stay true to your purpose, and never let the noise of negativity distract you from your goals. Keep moving forward and watch how your life transforms as you rise above the toxicity and embrace the possibilities ahead. You're capable, you're worthy, and your success is waiting for you.